Sorry, I farted.
Hey everyone, how you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from this beautiful world? Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. We've got a nice slamming panel here today. Thanks guys so much for showing up. I want to welcome them and say cheers to Bumpy Road Brews, East Coast LK Reviews, Thomas Metal 75, and Chadeo. Cheers, guys. All right. Cheers to Eric on the chat. Cheers to the chat. And yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and pair it up. Hopefully we brought some good pairings, and we'll see how they go. See how they go. It's always a hit or miss for some of us sometimes. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and start off with Bumpy. Do a show and tell first, and then we'll get into the reviews afterwards.
Cool. All right. So this cheese, I believe I have had, comes from Cabot, and Cabot is out of Vermont, I believe. Yeah. Cabot out of Vermont. So this one is the garlic and herb cheddar cheese with garlic herb with dill and garlic.
Wow, nice.
Anyways, took it out of the package, sliced some of it up already. That's what it's looking like there. Plenty of dill and herbs and garlic and everything throughout that cheese. Definitely smells. Smell everything. And the beer that I'm going to pair with this comes from Oregon, and it is Great Notions Hazy Division.
Awesome.
This is a double dry hopped double IPA at 8.1%, and it's in collaboration with Track Brewing Company. And Track is out of the United Kingdom. So Craig recently, Kent Beer Reviews recently did a Track beer. So yeah, I'll go ahead and give this a pour. And I don't know what hops they use because they don't say. It's just double dry hopped with some type of hop or hops. But it looks really nice. It's got a white, sudsy to frothy head to it. It is that milky yellow coloration, a little bit like cream of wheat, milky color with a little hint of lemon juice. There we go. We'll see how these go together. Cheers.
It doesn't look oxidized, so that's good.
No.
Cheers. Right on. Thanks, Bumpy. Cheers. All right, let's get Tanner.
Oh,
you're muted.
Muted by your microphone, maybe?
Yep, no problem.
Should have spent the extra money.
Nope. We heard that. No.
We read lips.
Yeah, that thing. If you know American Sign Language, somebody can translate in the chat.
There we go. I'll share it out.
He's gonna.
Hey, it's me. How you doing? All right, Tanner will be back. Technical difficulties.
Come back in the order you were receiving at you.
We're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and bring up Eric next.
All right.
Cool.
He'll figure it out. My cheese became all kinds of a mess getting it out of the package, and it being a soft, creamy cheese, it kind of just fell apart. But I'm gonna use a toothpick and pick it up and eat it properly. This is the what do they call this? The Taglio Primo original goat cheese. That's what that's supposed to be. Yes. So all my little pieces of goat cheese on the board. And I'm gonna pair this. I would guess this is gonna work pretty good. The blonde ale, the Belgian blonde ale from La Chouffe, the La Chouffe blonde ale. 8% ABV from Chouffe, Belgium, Brasserie de Chouffe, if I pronounce that correctly. And they're owned by Duvel Mortgat, and it's imported by those guys in Cooperstown, which also owns Omegang, Brewery Omegang. And this is an 8%er to 11.2 fluid ounces, and they say do it in a tulip, and it kind of looked like this glass. So there you go. I'm assuming I'm going to get this pour wrong, but I am assuming you got to pour this like the Duvel Belgian golden ale. All right, I didn't get any weird carbonation or overflow to the beer, which is nice. Got a little bit of smoke there. Okay, do a little swirl. It's not going to fit the whole thing in the glass. It's going to be a nice foamy pour, but I think this is an appropriate pour for the golden Belgian golden ale. And there you go. We'll come back with that review in a little while. Let's see if Tanner's microphone's working properly. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. I missed everything because I got distracted by Mormons. All right.
Oh, Jesus. Goat cheese and La Chouffe golden blonde ale.
All right. Okay, cool.
Mormons
I love
say
the goat
the
cheese.
Latter-day Saints.
Oh, right. The Chouffe. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Latter-day Saints are fun. All right. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Eric. All right. Let's get Tanner back in. All right. Cheers, Eric.
All
Cheers,
right. Sorry about that. So for my cheese, I have hell of a good extra sharp cheddar cheese. Looks like this. I got some slices cut up, white cheese. Yeah, looks good. Definitely a drier cheese. Then for the beer, we have Modest Man Awfully Deep. This is double IPA, 8.4%, Idaho 7, and Citra hops.
Nice.
No date. Get it together, Modest Man. What is this? Still? Still?
Yeah.
Why do they still?
This is all you make. All they make are IPAs. This is all I could get.
Nothing
All
wrong
right,
with that.
let's pour it up. Trillium Snifter. This was $6 for this can. Pretty expensive.
I know you can get a 16-ounce, 16% Imperial Stout for another $1 if you want one. There's
Looks
a deal.
good.
Whew.
Beautiful.
Super murky, hazy, golden orange. Pretty much no clarity through it. Nice off-white, about a finger and a half. Tight knit head on top. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers, Tanner. All right, man.
Cheers.
All right, let's get Chadeo up next.
Not my gumdrop buttons. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Today, the cheese I am bringing, because I bought a big old brick of it and realized it was so big I had delivered, is Murray's smoked Gouda, and Bailey's crying for some. Told you, man, there's a block that's left, and I cut all that up. So excited to have this cheese. I do love me some smoked Gouda, and the beer I'm pairing with, I hope it goes well, is from 222 Brewing Company out of Centennial, Colorado. It is their Double Down Belgium, 9.1% ABV, 18 IBUs. So I picked this up last night when I was at the brewery. Got my last 2 crowlers from them for the year in their crowler program, but sounds like I am going to be able to get into it next year. So let's crack it open. Hope my camera, I don't look too bad. Give her a pour. Make sure we get some head.
Nice.
There you go. Nice. Kind of brownish in color. Looks good. Good looking head. Can't wait to pair these with you, beer man. Thank you for having me, bud.
Yeah, of
Cheers.
course. That looks beautiful. All right, cool. Well, let's get Eric up here now. And now Eric already went, hey, it's me now.
You.
I forgot it. Got all screwy Louie.
Now, you got to do now, beer man.
I gotta get my beer, damn it.
Oh, jeez, I didn't think you had pants on.
I'm not ready tonight.
Oh,
Need to get drunk. All right, no, I'm just kidding. So, I got a beer tonight. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I think it's a winter ale. I don't know if it's a winter IPA. I have no idea. It looks like it is actually. It's Pacific Northwest. Yada yada yada. From Backwoods Brewing. You guys are out of Stevenson, Washington. No, it's a brown ale. Okay, with spices, with cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. It's called Comfy Wumpy. And it's got little like sparkle things, like you can see the glittery sparkle. It's kind of a cool label. But this was canned. They said it was fresh when I got it, so I don't know. It's got to be. It should be. It's a winner. 11.22, $4.95 for the can. Pour it. Yeah, looks like a brown ale.
surprise. Surprise, mother.
A nice looking brown too. Looks great. Oh, that smells like Dr. Pepper. That's crazy.
23 different spices.
Yeah, that's the vanilla. It's got to be the vanilla or something with, I don't know, but we'll find out. I've done this before, but it's been a while. It's the Dietz and Watson's cheese. Got it over at Safeway. I don't know if you guys get Safeway where you're at, but roasted garlic. It's a roasted garlic cheddar. They're out of New York State, I guess. So, yeah, that's what it looks like on my plate. It's got some, I don't know, me and Bumpy are thinking alike tonight again. Getting cheddar too, kind of weird. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's start off the reviews with Bumpy. How about it?
Yeah.
All right. So, some aromas on this. Yeah, it's definitely got the citrus note to it. There's a bit of an oat wheat aroma too. Getting a little closer. It's kind of like the papaya. Maybe a touch passion fruit. We'll let the dogs out, maybe. Oh, yeah, I know what you're trying to do. He's trying to get me to go over here so he can sneak in and steal my cheese. I got you.
Love it.
Cheeser.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's fruity. It's fruity smelling beer. Some of the meaty fruits, not too citrusy, but there's a touch of citrus in there. But yeah, I'd say mostly kind of like a papaya passion fruit. All right. Cheers.
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 Skull.
Cheers, Bobby.
Creamy mouthfeel. Medium body to this one, medium to medium full. Carbonation's, yeah, it's moderate. It's got some spritz. Oh, there is a canned on date. Huh. I was looking at the bottom. It's on the top here. October 18th. So this is a couple months old. New game face, I think it says.
Ron
New
G.
Dawn face. New
I don't
Dawn
know.
fade. New Dawn fade. Whatever.
Oh.
Let's get to the. Yeah, it's light on the flavored notes. They're not like super pungent. It's kind of got that flavor note where lychee, if lychee was in it, that it would really be able to be detected. This one just has kind of like a faded kind of pie. There is like I said, very, very slight citrus note to it. Can't pick up pasture fruit on the palate. It does have a bit of this kind of like oat, wheat flavor from the malt. Kind of has almost like a slight like it's almost like it's gonna go oniony. There's almost like a little bit of an onion note in there, but it doesn't quite go onto the spice side of it.
Somebody wants the cheese.
Yeah. Bitterness, I'd say on this is light. A lot of it's just kind of it's lighter notes, but very well balanced. Double IPA alcohol at 8.1. No, I mean you can feel it with the body. The heft of the body, like I said, it's kind of like a medium full, but as far as alcohol presence, there is none. There's no warming. All right, this cheese, you can definitely smell it. I mean, it's full of dill and garlic. Lots of garlic. Like it's so garlicky. Like it almost has like a mushroom smell to it.
Oh. Earthy.
So kind of earthy garlic and slight dill. Doesn't smell like a dill pickle, but you do pick up on some of that dill. All right. Let's eat some.
Rat cheesers.
Teasers.
Teasers. Wait, teasers.
It's a very, very flimsy, melty cheese. This cheddar is, I wouldn't call it sharp. It's very buttery. It's like buttery, and then you get the garlic notes coming through, which do kind of give off this like umami mushroom type thing. I was just, when you crunch on some herbs and stuff like that, kind of get the little crunches from them. So that was happening. I'm really not getting a lot of dill flavor out of this, so it's just a very kind of earthy toned garlic and butter. The cheese, when you eat it coats your palate. All right, eat some cheese and drink the beer. So kind of light flavors on this, light flavors on the beer. Here we go.
Oh yeah, Chadeo.
A clean
Cheers.
beer, perhaps.
Beers.
Here's your beers, Tanner, and your good working microphone.
Yeah, they work together. Kind of just spiked up some earthy tones real quick, and then just kind of the pie note, things like that kind of came out of the brew. The cheese does distract a little bit from the flavors of the beer. but I think it just kind of brings out kind of more earthy tone type stuff from the cheese, and then kind of translates into the finish of the beer. Kind of finishes with more of that earthy tone that may come from a papaya. All right, let's do beer then cheese. But cheesers.
Cheesers. Bitches. Oh, no, I mean beers.
Cheers.
Beers check.
Beers check. Beers check. What?
This one actually works better eating the cheese afterwards. You get like a punch of more of the sweeter side of the papaya on the finish with this, and I think a little bit of passion fruit actually popped. It was like a burst of passion fruit. So because of eating the cheese and having the earthier tones, having the beer by itself kind of just popped a bit more fruity tones to it. And then you eat the cheese and you get that like earthy, buttery tone right back again. But you get more flavors from the beer up front. So say this one's beer before cheese. This is the better way to go. Either way works though. It just does distract a little bit from the beer notes. That's my dog. I guess.
All right, man. Beer before cheese on that one. Okay, cool. Thank you, Bumpy. Let's get to Tanner next. Put it back in.
All right. Cheers, Bumpy. So, for the hell of a good cheese, this was just like a grocery store cheese. So yeah, it's actually it's a little bit more thinner. Looks like a white cheese. It's kind of oily. Let's see if we can get zoom in on there. Not super dry nose on it. It's like nutty, buttery, very salty. Try it out. Cheesers.
Cheesers.
It's a lot drier on the palate. Nuttiness is there. A little bit of like maybe some caramel. Very kind of reminiscent of just butter. Very milky, like buttery. It's solid, not bad. Good balance of like creamy / dry. Nothing too bold in flavor. No like crystals or anything like that. It's not aged or anything. It's not a bad cheese for just I don't know. I've never seen this brand before. I was in a different store today and I grabbed it. But yeah, cheese is solid. A little salty, definitely kind of nice, lingering salty aftertaste on the finish. Now, the beer, nice hop saturated New England IPA here. All right, nose on this. Tangerine and peach. A little bit of grapefruit, actually. A little citrusy. Definitely more juicy tropical, though. Give you a little bit of like honey from the malts. Nice sweetness. A little bready. A little bit of like some hop resin, like some pine. Yeah, not bad. Let's try it out. Cheers.
Cheers. Slanted.
That dog really wants the cheese, Bumpy. No.
Yeah.
So for a double IPA, it doesn't really have any like green hop burn or any kind of boozy bite on the finish, but it does finish nice and kind of piney, a little bit more piney, earthy, dry than your typical New England IPA. But it gives you that nice mouthfeel from like the flaked oats. ABV is, what's the ABV?
8.5.
8.4.
8.4.
4.
Yeah. So it's got a good hefty ABV to it. The palate is definitely not as juicy tropical as the nose was. The nose is definitely more citrusy, kind of grapefruit, orange peel. Still like a good like pineapple. Getting a little bit of that peach on the palate as well, actually. Just not as prominent as it was on the nose. Yeah, pretty solid beer. Look, it looks like it's leaving a nice lacing on the glass as well. Let's pair it up with this cheese. Assuming it'll be pretty good. Let's try it out. Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Yeah, definitely increased the astringency. The beer kind of mutes the flavors that you get with the cheese. Let me get a bigger piece. Let's get a good sized chunk.
Cheese. Cheers.
Shavers.
Chip beers. Chip beers.
Here's a tropical fruit. Definitely a bigger piece worked out a lot better. You get a lot more of like the buttery aspect of the cheese. Kind of blends into the tropical fruit, citrusy aspect. I think the creaminess kind of works towards kind of backing off on the astringency as far as the palate. Well, the finish. Yeah, pear's pretty good. Not a bad pairing. This beer is actually pretty good. Definitely dangerous. Super drinkable for 8.4. Mouthfeel is, I would say, is on the higher side, but it's not as full as some other double New England IPAs. But it is pretty crushable. Modest Man usually doesn't miss. I like a lot of their stuff. I'm guessing that this one probably had a little bit of age to it. Because a lot of the ones that I try that are really fresh typically have that green, kind of green hop burn a little bit when they're super, super fresh. But so if like I've ever bought anything from like when I went to New Hampshire, so you get like the super fresh cans, and then I would like bring them back. I would probably like maybe like wait like a month, kind of do the same thing that I did with the Fidens. Let them kind of, open up a little bit. Sometimes they can them kind of early. You get that green hop burn. But no, this one was really good. So was the cheese. And yeah, I'll have some numbers next time around for the pairing. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Tanner.
Thanks for having me, big man.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna drink some water now.
All right. Yeah. All right. Tarek. Hi, Tarek.
Tarek. Cheers, Tarek.
Cheers. I cannot imagine buying a beer and waiting a whole goddamn month to drink that beer. Anyways, I didn't do that with this beer, and I don't know anything about the dating on it. It just it says wait a minute, yeah, I do. Oh yeah. Best before end of 11, which is November 2024. Cool. All right, we're at about 11 months here. And once again, we're going to be drinking La Chouffe and it's their La Chouffe Blonde ale brewed with coriander. There's the what do they call them? A gnome. The gnomes of Fairyland are particularly fond of this golden beer. Okay, that's a little crazy. Who was smoking what? Anyways, we have Taglio, Primo, goat cheese once again. Came out of the packaging. I'm gonna try to be careful and eat it with the toothpick there. So I guess we do cheese and then we do some beer and then we do our pairing. So the cheese, it's so white you can barely see it. It's a little better look to it. It is a super white cheese. If you've ever had a goat cheese, you know that look, or a brie cheese, it's got that same kind of look. creamy texture to this cheese. Super pliable. Has a nice earthy barnyardish, almost said funk to it. Just a real musty, earthy kind of a cheese. Definitely that creamy, like a cream cheese, kind of creamy in nature smell to it. The flavor, cheesers, creamier than brie cheese, more like a cream cheese. I almost said sour cream. But the point I'm making with sour is that it does have a bit of a tart souring element and agent to it as you would want for a goat cheese. This is unflavored, obviously, by the way. Added flavors. Real creamy, real slick in the mouth, real sticky on the gums, or it's real gloppy, whatever that word is. It's real, it's caking onto the gum line is what I'm getting at there. There's salinity to it, which is really nice. That works with that tart element to it. There's a little bit of the barnyard funk. It's like a really funky cream cheese is what it really is like. So if you ever wanted a more spicy, it's not spicy. If you really wanted more of a tart funk to your cream cheese, I think goat cheese would be the way to go. Definitely. More intense, earthy cream cheese, really. That's what I would say about that one. This one's very inoffensive. All right, 8% for the Le Chouffe Blonde. A lot of these golden ales from Belgium are in that 8% range, and you would just look at this and not think 8%, but no, yeah. Nosing. So it did have a bigger, thicker head. I got the whole glass in here, or the bottle, 11.2 ounces in here, 330 milliliters, and it got a one-finger head in the tulip section of the glass. Lots of carbonation, golden color, obviously. Very coriander spiced, definitely. There's a lemony / orangey citrus kind of a vibe to it. There's definitely a bready and like a doughy kind of a bready note to it, like a white bread doughy note. Definitely baking spices. There's a grain element, not unlike a saison, really. If I were blindfolded and I smelled this, I could confuse the nosing with the saison. It definitely has a lot of the similar kind of notes to it. And it just has like a really clean, I don't even know how to describe that. Maybe a honey-like sweetness a little bit. And there is something akin to just, it's got a nice, clean water aroma to it. There's no rough edges to any of this. So this smells fantastic. I believe I've had this before, but it would have been several years. So let's try it again now. A classic beer. If you can get it, I would highly suggest that already. The Le Chouffe Blonde.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
My dear sweet Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. This would be dangerous on a hot summer's day. You could drink 2 of those and forget that it was 8%. Wow. I'm getting a little more pronounced sweetness. I think sometimes these Belgian brewers can possibly add some more sugars into their Belgian style blondes. This one tastes like there's a little bit of added sugar, not a bunch to make it off-putting. What it really does nicely is it pairs or it contrasts with the tart Belgian yeast funk element nicely. So I'm getting a nice lemony note. I'm getting the coriander and a orange peel kind of a note in there too. Getting the grainy. I'm getting a grainy complexion out of it, which is actually pretty nice for what it is. I'm getting again all the baking spices. Honey-like sweetness is predominant throughout. There is a bitterness in the background. It's not devoid. It's not void of bitterness. I think that rounds out I think that's a really nice rounding flavor in the finish to cut through some of the sweetness. Although I would say semi-dry for the beer. It's not completely dry. There's some of that Belgian kind of sugary note to it. And the grain notes, again, that's with the yeast is really remind me of a saison. So if you like a saison with a real refreshing drinkability at a light style of medium, crisp, clean, ultra refreshing body, and 8%, try Le Chouffe or Hell. You can probably find Duvel Golden Ale, which is a pretty cool, which is a similar beer style. So let's do cheese and then some beer. Let's try that. Goat cheese and then blonde.
Cheers, chippers.
Cheers.
Cheese or Chabazer.
Jabazers.
Ooh, wait a minute. That's interesting. So the cheese is coating the roof of my mouth and the gum, so I'm already getting cheese flavor with my beer when I drink it here, which is nice. I can really dig into it. The tartness of cheese is really pronounced. The sweetness from beer is diminished. Coriander spiciness goes up, so those phenolics, fruity esters are going up too. But mostly clean beer with more of this coriander and the spice notes, and the cheese became funkier and more tart. So that's very interesting. The whole package is very nice. Nice carbonation to help kind of try to reset the palate, even though I still have cheese stuck on the roof in the gum side of my mouth. But other than that, at the very end of the experience, the beers just kind of helps to really clean and reset the palate. So interesting stuff. I think I've said enough there for my review. So we'll come back to me in a little while to see what I really am going to rate all these things. But nice pairing. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Eric. All right. Well, up next we have Chadeo. Right.
Who me couldn't it be? All right, so the cheese again is a smoked Gouda from Murray's, and try to show it again. It's right here, nice cut up pieces. I may make mac and cheese later and throw it in there, so that'll be good. All right, starting out with the aroma,
Stop smelling your hands.
But they smell so good. Getting slight smoke off of it, not a whole lot. Getting the sweet creaminess from the aroma. Some milky. Yeah, smells good.
Chadeo
Texture.
Yeah.
Texture, Gouda. You just squeeze it, shape it. Doesn't really fall apart. Will not break. It broke. All right. Give her a taste.
Cheers.
Jesus.
Yeah, very subtle smokiness to it. I'm getting a I don't know how to describe it. Get a couple pieces more. Just a sweetness from the milk. Very good. This cheese is always good. You guys know Goudas, especially the smoked. All right. Hold on. There's a frog in my throat today. All right. The beer. Filled it a little high.
Oh, yeah.
Aroma for the Belgium double. Definitely picking up on the yeast, the sweet. Yummy nectar yeast. Getting a little bit of with dark grains in there without it going up my nose. There we go, Ryan. That's a good beer.
Yeah.
Getting harassed by Bailey as always. A little caramel, maybe. Yeah. Cheers. Give it a try.
Cheers. Skull.
Cheers.
10p.
Ooh. Don't really hide that 9.1%, do they? Holy cow.
Oh,
Got some of that booziness on it. But yeah, just a very good sweetness from the yeast. I am a huge Belgian fan. I love Belgian beers. I was looking for something. I thought maybe something a little more lighter would go well with the cheese, but we'll find that out once I fix those up. Yeah, it's a very fine beer for a 32-degree evening. All right, grab some of the cheese. Eat the cheese, drink the beer.
yep.
Cheers.
Kind of a yogurtiness, kind of a yogurt flavor with the Belgian yeast and the smoked Gouda. Smokiness wasn't enhanced, wasn't taken away. It's still there slightly, but yeah, pretty good mix. I could see myself, heck, 2 weeks, almost a little less than 2 weeks, sitting at Mom's house, drinking a Belgian Double, eating some smoked Gouda and watching a Christmas movie. The pairing that way is good, but the beer before the cheese, that's always the tough one. So we'll see how that goes. Birchi, or however you say it. Bircha.
Chip beer.
What language is that?
First check.
Where's Czech? Yeah.
Martian or something.
Belgium, Czech, combined language.
Belgic.
Actually, the smokiness lasted in the cheese longer that way than it did the other way. So I'm kind of shocked by that. So both ways actually worked with this beer and cheese. So first time in a long time I can actually say that. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers, Chadeo. Right on. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
The beer man.
All right. It's beer, man.
ASMR. No.
I want to do the beer first. You can do it any way you want to do it, but that's how I like to do it. I'm itchy tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Dry skin.
Yeah. So it's let's if I can do this away from the keyboard, of course, and slowly to build it up again. All right. So it's really got a creamy. This is a brown ale for anyone. It's a winter brown for anyone wanting to know, and it has nutmeg, vanilla, and cinnamon. I think. Yep. And it's a 6.5% brown, which is a loud one. So yeah, nice rim. It's keeping a really nice head. The head retention's really nice. It's very creamy. It maybe poured, I think, around like a finger-ish head. It went down fairly quick, but I mean, I don't know. It could have been from the seasoning, the spices, or I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely keeping a little rim, which is cool. Got some malt in there, some good maltiness. Brown for sure. It's got some ruby red in there as well. Darker brown, of course, in the bulb, the bigger volume in the glass there. You can't see through it at all. At the bottom, you can. I can see my hand. It's about a medium low rising bubble. So yeah, medium low. Smelling it. Nosers. God.
Schnauzers.
It smells like Dr. Pepper. It's crazy. That nutmeg and the vanilla. And then there's a slight pinch of cinnamon. There's a slight pinch of cinnamon too that comes through. You guys have had, you like stouts or whatever where it like tastes like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or some kind of, you know what I mean? Like I've had like things that where they taste like that. And so I think it might be an influence from the spices and the malts, of course, kind of, the sweetness and stuff from the malts. I don't know what hops are in this or anything, but I don't get any hoppiness at all whatsoever. Just a very malt bomb beer,
Nice.
like it should be. Cinnamon, the vanilla is actually what's making it kind of, I think, kind of bringing out that soda pop kind of flavor as well, or aroma as well. Because that vanilla is pretty dominant, and it's like nutmeg, cinnamon are like behind it, and vanilla's in the front, and then you got the sweetness and the maltiness from the malt. It's very interesting. Cool. So I'm going to drink this now. Cheers.
Glug, glug, glug.
Cheers, beer man.
Beer man ASMR is competing now.
It's light. It's very light bodied. It's light. It's dry. It's not really full. I wish it was fuller, more full. That was a word to use. Yeah, I just wish it was richer and more full. The mouthfeel is light and fluffy. It is soft. I'll give it that. It does have a slight acrid thing going on. No, more of a tannic thing. Tannin. Kind of like that liquor we were drinking yesterday.
Yeah.
That drying kind of feel on the tongue, on the mouth, on the palate. And you definitely get the nutmeg and the vanilla are coming through more than the cinnamon, which is a good thing because too much cinnamon, man, that gets a little wonk. I can't handle. I do like the nutmeg flavor. That's really good with the vanilla. The roasted malts are coming through for sure, but not like it's just like this really nice balance, but it just doesn't have the body or the humph that I'm looking for. It's too light and dry, but not bad if they would have mashed in a little higher on the temp. Definitely has that Coca-Cola, or like a soda poppy, Dr. Peppery kind of thing. I don't know. It's cool. Right on. All right. So, doing the roasted garlic from Dietz and Watson out of New York. And this is what it looks like. It's a cheddar.
Whoa.
It's a softer medium cheddar, I want to say, because it does bend to a break. Kind of like Tanner's cheese, I believe. Yeah. It's not oily though. It's somewhat dry looking. It's got flecks of garlic in there all over the place. Ground up garlic. Yeah. Smelling on that. Big time garlic whiff. Wow. That's very and salty garlic smell definitely, and that cow milky cheddar. It's really nice. It smells fairly balanced. It's just garlic is really strong. It's like, and it seems like they put a lot in this. But yeah, so let's eat this cheesers.
Cheesers.
That's very garlicky. Almost spicy. Almost has like that, that kind of, if you had too much garlic, it spices and it's like hot. Like wasabi in a way. Definitely going to keep the vampires away, Paul. Milky, cheesy, cow milky and cheesy with a slight hint of heat and garlic. Yeah, like you're eating a clove right in your mouth. It's just like that cheese is really good. It's really good cheese. This is a really good garlic cheese. Oh my god! All right, this is why I like to do beer first, because you don't have to like go back and forth. It doesn't fuck your palate up. But let's do cheese before beer. So beers.
2 cheese, 2 beer. Wonder how that's gonna work. Yeah, right.
I get banana nut bread. It's still light, still that that light weirdness, but I definitely get a banana nut bread or something. That's weird, almost walnutty, like nuttiness coming through, like a nut brown kind of ale. Um, wow, that's interesting as fuck. I honestly didn't think that would. It works, but it doesn't. You're like because it's just the beer is not sweet enough. I need a little sweeter. It needs to be a little heavier. I don't know. Let's do one more bite, and then we'll do it backwards. Do the cherry.
Bumpy knew where you were going with that completely.
Make sure you turn around.
Don't turn around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I get banana nut bread. Yeah, that's really interesting. Nutmeg comes through huge on with the cheese. The garlic goes away. You don't get the spicy kind of thing I was talking about. The garlic it like washes the garlic flavor out of your mouth, kind of, with the spices that are added, all the adjuncts in the beer. Let's do beer before cheese.
Yeah, shall we?
Fuck, that tastes like Coca-Cola, not Dr. Pepper. But kind of an uncarbonated. It's not really soft.
Like a Coke syrup.
That's nice, because now I can taste the garlic a little more. It kind of smothers the beer. I like it both ways. All right, so I'm done now. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to last thoughts. Well, let's go ahead and bring up Bumpy and see what he thinks about his pairing. Cheers.
He likes it both ways.
He bumps it both ways.
It's a bicentennial night. The cheese is nice. Things. Let's see. I really enjoyed the way that like the cheese was buttery, and then it kind of had that almost like mushroom, even though there was no mushroom, but just the way the garlic was coming off, it kind of gives that kind of mushroomy vibe to it. Very umami like. A little disappointed the dill didn't really come through in the flavors. It was there on the aromas. It didn't interfere though. I would have liked a sharp. I like sharp cheddars. This is a very, very mild cheddar, but the way that it kind of worked with the garlic was nice. It was almost like if you made like some type of a marinade or something for a roast, or potatoes. I think this would be a good cheese to melt on some potatoes, or put mashed potatoes. Garlic and dill potato. It just kind of worked. Buttery notes. I would have, like I said, preferred a sharper cheddar. The garlic was good. Maybe a bit more bite from the dill though, with a sharper cheddar. And I think we'd be looking at an excellent cheese here. I'm at a very good for this cheese. That's one I bought it before. I know I've had it before, and I would buy it again. The beer, Great Notion. This is probably like my fourth beer from Great Notion. I don't get too much from them. I mean, we just started getting their stuff within the past like year. And I'd have to say this is actually my favorite beer from them so far. So the best beer that I've had. I would put this beer, like I said, it was light. It was light, like kind of on the palate with the notes and stuff, but everything just worked. It melded very well together. I'd put this beer top end very good. So getting closer to that excellent range, but not quite there. And the pairing with the beer and cheese was very nice. Yes, it did work both ways. Just it worked better having the beer first and then the cheese. I felt it brings out more earthy tones. It's more earthy. If you want this beer to kind of bring out more of the earthiness, then have the cheese first and then drink the beer. If you want to have like at least a burst of some type of like papaya, passion fruit type fruitiness right up front, and then just have that cheese kind of just slowly leak in with that buttery, earthy bound garlic note that just ties in with the finish of the beer too. That's the way I liked it. So, cheers! Thanks for me, beer, man.
Awesome. Yeah, very notice your rocks, dude. I like theirs. Fresh off the tap, they're really good at the brew house.
Oh,
so, yeah, for sure. All right, man. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Let's get Eric or Eric. No, is it Tanner? Tanner's next. Yeah.
South, and then we go north.
That's right.
All right. So this was pretty good. This hell of a good extra sharp cheddar cheese. Green Bay WI. What's that? Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Yep.
Schreiber Foods. Foods distributed by. Yeah.
I love the name of that cheese, dude. That's pretty bad. Sorry.
Hell of a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds all organic.
It was solid. Good balance of. It was actually very buttery, milky, creamy. But it had a decent balance between that and kind of a astringent. A little bit of a kind of like a little twang on the back end, little sour, a little acidity, not too much. A little bit of that kind of like cheddar funk. Pretty good though. I ate a good amount of it. Probably gonna regret it. So as you can see, this is an 8 ounce, and this is how much I have left. So I've been going to town on it. For what it is, yeah, definitely a good product. Doesn't have those crystals, like the aged cheddars and the cheddars that I really enjoy. I'd still land this like A-. I'd give it like a solid 90. It's pretty good for what it is. This Awfully Deep Modest Man, this was actually pretty good as well. Definitely a little bit more on the citrusy, piney aspect on the palate. Nose was really good. Super crushable. 8.4%, kind of dangerous. Had a solid mouthfeel, good amount of the flaked oats. It was actually really drinkable. What does that mean? Really drinkable for an 8.4%. Definitely a good combo, Idaho 7 and Citra.
Oh, great combo, yeah.
Oh, it's very nice.
For this, I'd go, because I'm definitely more of a fan of the tropical fruits. I would go more, I would say 92 on the beer. Definitely a solid product. For the pairing, I did like how the cheese brought out a little bit more of the tropical flavor and kind of balanced out the overall astringency of the two products. So I'd give the pairing like a 94. It was actually pretty dang good. So, yeah. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers, man. Nice lacing on that.
Yeah. This is really good beer.
Yeah, Alexis, that's good. Right on, dude. Thank you, Tanner. Cheers. Let's get Thomas, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Eric up there next.
Cheers, Tarek.
Cheers, Channer. Channer. Are you from Friends there? You're Channer.
Oh, man.
Look at what the cheese did to the glass. That is definitely goat cheese on the glass. All right. We're going to do one more round I won't necessarily give you all the tasting notes. I already did that, but we're just going to confirm what I already said. Let's do beer and then cheese real quickly. I don't think I did it that way. No, I didn't do it that way. And that was a super fruity bomb at that point. No. Do
Wow.
it the other. That's not really super bad, but brought out more funky souring notes. Yeah, do it the other way. Cheese and then that beer is really nice. It's nice to have the beer that finishes everything off completely, thanks to it being a Belgian blonde, finishing everything off completely pretty clean. That's nice. So I liked the fact that when you had the cheese and then you had the beer, more of the tart, earthier, funkier flavors, not like a souring flavor, came out of the cheese. More of those spices came out from the beer in that regard. And then everything finished fairly clean. So there were nice, bold flavors and then a nice round, cleanliness from the beer to round out the drinking experience. So it was a very pleasing experience the whole way through, and it didn't just dive off a cliff like Thelma and Louise there at the end of the pairing, which is nice. So the beer is a great pairing, and I know looking some stuff up online. Well, really, the best pairing is one you like the best, honestly. But looking up things, even like a Belgian strong, kind of a golden ale, which I mean, this is strong at 8%, but there are stronger ones apparently. Those things kind of work pretty good, and I can see that working pretty good. So the cheese wasn't super complex or really anything over the top. I like that. The cheese wasn't anything really over the top. It definitely gave you a nice introduction into what goat cheeses are, which is stuff that I don't buy enough of, but I like them. And same thing with the beer. I think this is a really good I think it's a little better than the cheese. It's a really good representation of the Belgian blonde style. And I also think if you're just a macro beer fan, or you want to step up your lager drinking game, or you like stuff like Blue Moon primarily, La Chouffe or anything named, or even like the Double blonde, those are good ones to go and try it. They are very approachable, and the 8% is like nowhere in there. So the beer was better than the cheese, but I think Tanner's got a good number on his rating. Why not we just go with that one? Because I think it's a good rating for this pairing. 94. Why not? I would recommend this pairing. Give it a try. A funky, maybe even a Saison would work really nicely with the goat cheese. Try it yourself. Cheesers.
Right. That's radical. Rad, dude. Right on. Thanks, Eric. Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheesers for life.
No, man. We're going to get Chadeo up here now.
Cowabunga, dudes.
Chadeo for life.
So I'll start with the cheese. I'm gonna try to save this. Its best by date is December 25th. I'm gonna make darn sure this will be good until Christmas Eve. I'm gonna take this over to my mom's house. We always do cheese and crackers and watch some Christmas movies together. But yeah, quintessential smoked Gouda, the Murray's. It's a 98, man. That cheese is just perfect. You like smoked Goudas? Murray's is the way to go. For the beer, the 222. Wow, the new can art's bright. You can see this from space. They're double down Belgium, 9.1%, 18 IBU. It's good. It's really good. It's probably not the best double. New Belgium used to have one. Rest in peace, beer, but that was good. This is still pretty solid for a Belgian double, and the scored a 95. Combination, it did work both ways, which was surprising to me. So, and you got different things like cheese first, you got one thing. Beer first, you got something else out of it. So I'm gonna give it a probably 96 combination. Very, very, very good.
That's good.
Cheers.
Right on. Cheers, Chadeo. All right. Now we're going to bring me up. Hang me up to the bucket.
Raising Beer Man.
Oh my god.
Chronicles.
Okay. So we'll start with the beer. The beer was light, quaffable, drinkable, and not bad, but too light. Dry was not a problem. It was just too. I guess dry was a little bit of the problem actually, because it was too dry and light, and watery. I wanted to get more flavor. I got the adjuncts, but I didn't get them. I didn't get the sweetness that I was kind of wanting. So a little less dry would have been better. But boy, was that a great mix of spices. Just the cinnamon was very reduced. It wasn't hardcore, but there slightly. The nutmeg was pretty dominant. The vanilla also. So the two there were pretty dominant. And it created a nice Coca-Cola or Dr. Peppery kind of thing, which was really interesting. For a winter brown, I'm down with that. I'm down, but just bring it up a little more with the sweetness and body, and it will be a perfect beer. But 6.5, you didn't get any alcohol, nothing like that. I'll give the beer a 90 out of 100 because it did have some fairly decent flavor. The flavor profile was pretty fantastic for what it is. The cheese was freaking phenomenal. I liked it. I like the sharp cheddars as well. Like Bumpy was saying, I do like the sharps, but I don't mind it when you got some extra, let's say, adjuncts again in the cheese that kind of help out the softer cheeses are nice. I don't know. I don't mind a soft cheddar. It's not bad. Like a mild cheddar is not bad, but they seem to work better with other flavors in them too, rather than having like a sharp cheddar with flavoring in it. Because you want that, you want that crystals and stuff in those sharps, man. Those are really nice. But the cheese, I'll give it definitely, because I love the garlic. It was great. I'll give the cheese a 95 out of 100. Something to definitely check out if you see it. I'll show it one more time, just in case you want to go find it. Dietz and Watson. The pairing, beer, cheese before beer, Chubbiers, was the best. But like I said, I like it both ways. But beer before cheese was good too. But cheese before beer brought out like like I was saying, what did I say? Banana nut bread. Yeah, like a banana nutty kind of walnutty came out. Bananas. I don't know. It was really good. It almost reminded me of that Hefeweizen I made. It had kind of that like, I don't know. It was like nutmeggy kind of banana clove kind of thing came out or something. It was really interesting. So that was what I prefer, and I would give that like for the pairing cheese before beer. I would probably go like we'll just say a 92, 93, still in an A range. Beer before cheese, the beer just got kind of smothered. It did. I don't know. I forgot what I said, what it tasted like. But anyway, I did get a little bit of diacetyl coming through in the beer when I was tasting it as it warmed up, like a butterscotch. That was kind of interesting. So, but yeah, beer cheese, I'm not going to rate that, but it was all right, I guess. So that's really all I got to say about that. All right. I'm gonna get on with it. We're gonna open up the panel, mix you guys around. Jesus criminy.
Jesus Christ.
Don't say that when the Mormons come.
They can't
Don't
save you.
say anything about Jesus Christ. Okay.
Cheese
Sorry.
and rice.
Cheese and rice. So let's go ahead. We'll start with Bumpy. I'm going to turn off my banner. Go ahead and do some shout outs like we always do. Cheers.
So, under recommendation from John and Nelly,
Oh,
like who can trust that guy?
nobody.
Not many people. But he did the whole Cisco brewing company, which they're out of. They're originally out of
Nantucket.
yeah, in Rhode Island. But they do have a brewery right in Portsmouth, New Hampshire as well. And I've always stayed away from Cisco because they're AB InBev owned. So I just stayed away from them. And finally, because of John's mixed pack review that he did, I picked up this mixed pack it's a couple months old. What is that?
Let me see that.
It's the grappa.
The Grippa.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's an IPA. Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah, this is like super grapefruit. Like if you want to know what grapefruit tastes like in an IPA, this is like they have grapefruit juice in this.
Oh wow.
Grapefruit.
Yes.
This is my third beer out of the pack, and each one, like even their American wheat ale, it was like super citrusy. It was like a super citrus wheat ale, which is like, wow, this is actually a really good wheat ale. Every single beer I've had so far, even being a couple months old, has been pretty damn good. So yeah, awesome. I'll have to visit Red Hook Brewing Company and Cisco Brewers in Portsmouth. I'll have to make a trip of it sometime. Maybe we get a Nelly and Tanner to go along with me and just check them out because those are gigantic breweries.
Is that in the food company?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's spelled differently. That's SY.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
They delivered to like elderly homes and shit.
Oh yeah.
IT company. No.
Here's your applesauce from Cisco.
Here's your grapefruit juice.
But yeah, damn good. So shout out to John and Nelly. I don't have anybody else really. I don't know. Check out Jason Gamer.
Yeah.
He was an old from when Brandon Craft Beer Pours was going. He was one of the ones on Craft Beer Pours whole list that started commenting and comments and became a viewer of a lot of our stuff and puts out gaming videos. Been spending a lot of time doing lives with DayZ. It's like a kind of
that's a good game.
Apocalyptical thing, survival type game. Looks pretty interesting. So if you're into that, so check out Jason Gamer. And I should be visiting a Nelly this Thursday, so we should be hanging out. So look for shenanigans. I don't know if we're gonna go live at all or not. But yeah, that should be a good time. I'm gonna bring a few beers. Some of them I've already had, so it's not gonna be like I'm bringing them to review with us. I'll just give them to them. But there's a few that like I'm bringing that it's like, hey, we should do these together because I've never had them, and let's just try them. Plus, he's getting stuff too. So there's that. And then on my channel, I have a beer coming up tomorrow on Bumpy Road Brews. No pizza videos right now in the making because the last one that I was gonna post absolutely bombed. So I just made I did a post of the picture that I would have put out and then like a shorts on just like disappointing when I took it out of the package and I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, I will do another pizza review or frozen pizza review eventually. I just don't have anything in my freezer right now that I really plan on reviewing. But the beer that is coming up for tomorrow comes from Spyglass, and this one's called Circular, and it's not a New England IPA. It's an American barley wine.
Oh, nice.
So
very nice.
Yeah, that's the
Cool.
The review to look for tomorrow on my channel. Cheers.
Cool. Nice. Cheers, Bumpy. All right.
Nice. Cheers. So for my channel, look out for more beer reviews. I'll probably be recording some stuff. I have the next couple of days off, so look out for that. And yeah, I was thinking, might do a little rate that beer, 9 p.m. tomorrow. See what happens. Gauntlet. We'll see if it works out. Might just be a bunch of drunken fools, but
Yeah.
check it out. Check it out if it happens. Other than that, Monday we'll be doing another examination on Bullet Bourbon. So that's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday. And then shout outs for some other people. Check out Scotch Down Under and Craig, Kent Beer Reviews. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers. Jesus. Jesus.
Not
Nice.
Jesus, but freaking Jesus. All right. All right. Well,
Middle in the chat. Holy cow.
yeah, we've come to Thomas Metal 75 over here. That's the name of my YouTube channel. And primarily beer and whiskey reviews. I did try to film a tequila review, but the audio got all jacked up, so I'll have to try that again at some point. I won't give a spoiler to that one. I'll have to just do it again. And yeah, so Wildcard Wednesday is the biggest portion of that channel. Every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern New York time, Boston time, in Massachusetts, and on the East Coast. Co-host is Alex the Beer Master. In case I can't do it on a Wednesday, you can stream to his channel and restream to my channel as well. Really, only admittance fees a beverage. Just bring a beer, wine, spirit. Really, any adult beverages. Don't be a douche. Will be good. I know we're well. I'll give out some other shout outs, but shout out to Beer Man once again for doing the beer in collaboration to my doomy, thrashy, American classical heavy metal band Oxblood Forge called Death Rising, a New England style black IPA. So that should be coming pretty soon next week, and we'll figure out a time to get some review done with that one in collaboration with the brewer himself, Beer Man.
Definitely. Yeah.
Other than that, let's go check out Scotch on the Bayou. It's a really cool Scotch whiskey channel with a I forget her name right off the top of my head, but there's a female down there in Louisiana that does the Scotch reviews. Real cool channel. She's only got 1.39K subscribers, so check it out. And Twisted Art Lady, go check her out from Texas. She's been doing really good streams late at night, playing the Jackbox games, having good times with the community. And she obviously does some art, and she does, I think you can commission and you can watch her do some of her art live. So go check out Twisted Art Lady and Scotch on the Bayou on YouTube. Cheers, and thank you, Beerman.
All righty. Yeah, no problem. Cheers.
Not a whole lot to shout out for me. Still doing a lot of music video reactions. Starting on the 18th, we're doing Christmas for an entire week. Speaking of holidays, happy 5th night of Hanukkah, guys. Also, shout out to someone we haven't shout out in I think a long time. They're live right now. Shout out to 21090.
Yeah.
They're going through 91 hit wonders and trying to make Andy turn into the Grinch. So it should be fun over there tonight with Todd and Andy. I know they're longtime supporters of all of us. So cheers.
Cheers. All right. Thanks, Chadeo. Okay, so yeah, so Beer Cheese Tuesday, of course, every week, unless I tell you otherwise. I may take a break eventually here soon in the near future for a week or something. I'll still hang out with you guys in the back end, but I might take like a week off just because I need to hang out with the wife and get some shit done around the house. But Yeah, so we all need breaks. But every Beer and Cheese Tuesday, that didn't make sense. Beer and Cheese Tuesday every week, 5 o'clock
Tuesday.
on Tuesday. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 mine. Wednesday, all spun out tomorrow. Everyone gets a couple adjectives, go find a beer. We review it at the beginning. Then we do a check the ABV, or what's your ABV. You don't show your ABV, so we can, and do that shit. Eventually, we'll get into winning a prize again. Got you all recorded too, so I might actually send out gifts to like Tanner won for like last month, I think, and then so we'll just keep going from there. But until then, we're just gonna have fun. Just looking forward to tomorrow. I like Wednesdays are fun. What else is there? Oh yeah, Death Rising. Yeah, that one got sent out to several people. So we'll do a panel like Eric said. Hell yeah. And I sent them all at the same time. I gave them to the guy, all of them. Boom, here you go. I got like 9 packages.
Drop it.
But I got one more. I had to go in and out of my car and into the store. Yeah. But so that's good. And then Sparkle's got a pretty nice, tasty toasted coconut robust porter, which is coming out pretty nice. It's conditioning at the moment. I'm gonna probably can it Thursday or something, and then we'll label it up. I won't get it to as many people this one because there's less of it. But I'll try my best to get it to as many as I can, at least people that I know will be able to show up for a panel on like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever. We'll figure it out. So, of course, Christmas is coming up and all that shit. But no, it's fun. I like hanging out with the family. It's just me and my wife. But yeah. So what was I gonna say? Fuck it. So I'm gonna shout out Ryan's beer reviews. He just put up a couple of my beer reviews. Go check those out. It was really nice seeing that. Nice compliments from him on those. So I didn't see the Mr. Bill one yet, and I wanted to tell Ryan. Actually, Mr. Bill was the first one. The one you did, Bread Up from Another Mother, was the second one. So, but yeah, check that out. And the Brew Traveler, one word, the Brew Traveler. I've shouted him out before, but I've been watching his shit like crazy because he puts up a lot of content. He just goes to different breweries for like 5 to 7 minutes at a time and tries their beers and talks about them. It's really cool. So I like it when people do that. So go check that guy out. Here, let me put his link up just in case you want to find him quickly. All right, so that's it. I want to say thank you first off to the chat. Thank you very much. Very nice chat today. We're still 11 strong. That's very nice for what we usually do. It would be nice to see 1,000 there, but 11's really great, and I really appreciate it. We all do. So thank you. I'm not going to go through everyone, but cheers to you guys. I'll put up the link right now if you want to come hang out in the back end. In the back end. Come hang out in my back end.
In both ways.
Don't meet us in the back room.
But so yeah, and then honestly, this was a fun show. It was great to see like everyone here. You guys rock, man. Very cool. Cheers to Bumpy Road Brews, East Coast Elky Reviews, Thomas Metal 75, and Chadeo. Man, great group of guys here. Oh man, Beer Hounds. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Brother. Cool. For sardines, I can get 2 cans. All right. Cool. They're $1 special right now.
At the dollar store?
No, at the regular store. Well, after Google takes
the regular money store,
4.5 a can. But no, thank you very much, Beer Hounds. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we're gonna get out of here. We don't have Alex to get us out of here, so I'm gonna do it. You guys have a good night wherever you're from in this beautiful world. And if you got it, not after one more sip. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right on.